How's it going? Brett here. I just am here to eat another chili. As I said, it's been a while. I'm getting withdrawals. I had a dab of meat Jamaica on my tongue this morning just to give me a little kick, you know. It tastes so disgusting. I've got a few on the way. As I said, I've got more hydro plants started up. Chocolate marugas, whatever you call them, they're 2.2 million. Haven't got them yet. The chocolate ghost pepper, whatever you call that one, and Carolina Reaper. I've got 3 plants about 3 feet high, and I just planted another 4 because, as I said, I strip bare like a plant, like a what do you call that thing, the scorpion Trinidad. I stripped it bare, just popping them, you know. And I've been waiting, and this is my first one, so this is going to be pretty hot actually. So first off, I want to share 2 stories after I eat the chili, and I'll do 2 quick ones now. As I said, about 20 years ago or 25 years ago, had got my first car, and I was driving down a hill. I think it's called Craddock Street, Holland Park, Brisbane, Queensland. I no longer live there. Anyhow, and so I drove slowly, and then when I got to the stop sign, I stopped and waited for no reason, just to hold the bus up. But the intent was to make everybody's life totally different from that point on. So that bus may have got another extra red light or 2 on the way. And when these people would have hopped out, like if they went to the city, the people that they hopped out in front of would have been different. Or when they walked to the crosswalk and pressed the button, that would have been different. Or the person, when they went to McDonald's or a restaurant or Hungry Jack's, the person in front of them would have been different. So everything in their life started flowing on in a different direction. The other story I'll quickly comment on before I eat my chili, and then tell 2 more stories while my mouth is burning my tongue off, if that makes sense, that sentence. I've just had 2 Jack Daniels, just for the record. It's this guy. I was reading the comments on the butterfly effect, and this is what this little theme story is all about today. That there was this guy, he got killed by a drunk driver, and there was 2 separate families that attended. There would have been different, more than that many families, but the story is for these 2. And they brought along these 2 people, and they never knew each other, and one was a guy and a woman, and they had met, and then they ended up getting married and giving birth to the guy who was doing the comment. So if that guy, this other guy, whoever he was, that killed that person, if he wasn't drink driving and killed somebody, that this guy's parents would never have met at a funeral, and he would not have existed. So, and this is where we're going at with life and society, that we do not know the impact of what we can do, that there's a big flow-on effect. And after I eat this chili that's going to burn my mouth out, I'm going to give 2 extraordinary stories, so mainly one and then one other. People may not appreciate these stories, but I think one is quite significant, maybe 2. Okay, let's have a look at this chili. I hope you can see. So I'm only eating half, and I might even swallow it. I've been spitting them out, but it seems to be too much effort. Okay, like the sick guy I am, I'll do the best part. Oh, looks nasty. Bit of green. And as I have learned, it's the placenta, so, I'm just getting too impatient with these chilies. This should still burn my mouth out. Okay, let's do it. Alright, are you there? We've got some music going. Let's pop it. Oh, I don't know which one. Yeah, I'll do the best one. I sort of don't want to do the best one. I'll do this one. Alright, this is the worst one, because I want the best one for tonight, Shouldn't matter, should it, if it's good? Alright. Yeah, I was going to swallow it. It started to taste like crap. I got so used to spit them out. That's all I'm doing. Whoa. Yeah. This others tell you, water doesn't help. I'm doing it so I rinse the taste out, like the heat. And the water actually brings on the heat. You know, so, oh, yeah, not too bad. Yeah. Let the heat build. So not long time ago, I couldn't do this without red cordial or something. So I'm wrapping the other half up because you can get a nice endorphin rush with this stuff. It's nothing like going for a walk at night time when you've got an endorphin rush. Nice. Alright. This time I wore gloves. Bear with me, I was going to take my gloves off. We'll get to story time. Hideous. Hideous. Hey, do you see this kid here? Do you believe that this kid has cost the United States government $2.4 trillion? Would you believe it? Would you believe this kid is responsible for wars, deaths of tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands? Can you believe it? Do you know who this guy is? Alright, let's start here. So I've had just 2 Jack Daniels, nothing too much. And just had a big mega rush from this chili, so I'll turn my volume down, keep it playing a bit. Okay, this kid here, who is he? Why did he do it? His name is gee, I forgot his last name. I think it could be Gomez, Elaine or Elin Gomez, Spanish. And back in 1999, his mother, on a refugee boat from Cuba to the United States of America with about 6 or 7 others. The story could be a bit wrong, just by a few factors, but it's a true story. So just my numbers could be out, could be 6 or 7, could be 9, 12, I do not know. But there was a storm. There was a storm. What happened after the storm? That's right, and the boat got in trouble. And people drowned at sea. I don't know if it sank or what happened, but his mother died. But this kid here, his parents, he had relatives that living in Florida, so they looked after him. But over time, that there was a with the laws, even with Cuba and the United States laws, that his father was still alive in, where's that place? So I'm keeping the camera steady, mouth's burning, and have a bit of sip of Jack Daniels. Nasty. Yeah, so his father wanted him back. And so this is what happened, and this caused outrage. And in Florida, there is a high Cuban population. So this is actual picture of the SWAT team rocking up. Don't know if it was 4 in the morning or whatever. And there he is here. Frightened little kid. Look how frightened he is. And this picture was pasted on the front page of the newspapers around the country, ran the story of that picture. And so shortly after this, or during this was also the campaign between George Bush and Al Gore. So I'm going to go back to that picture. I didn't mean to jump to it. This is live. So I just get another look here. You know. And so because of the election, that really upset the Cuban population. And there's like hundreds of thousands or more of Cubans living in Florida. So that really upset them. And as I said, and at the time, Bill Clinton was the president, and now Gore. So there was a protest vote. And even though there was other factors, I know the Bush election was totally bodgy and he really shouldn't have won. But if this incident did not happen, that Al Gore would have been the President of the United States. And so what happened? We had 9/11 happen. And so what does old George Bush decide to do? He decides to go to war. He goes to war with Iraq and Afghanistan. And as we know, that, what happened after that? And due to these wars, that ISIS was formed. And we do not know if Al Gore, what's the story with Al Gore? If he was the president, would they have gone to war with Iraq and Afghanistan when it was like Saudi, whatever they call them, you know, Saudi hijackers that caused 9/11. Nothing to do with Iraq, nothing to do with Afghanistan, but yet George Bush went to war with these countries. And so, because he went to war with these countries, we all know what happened. ISIS rose up. There was tens of thousands of people murdered and killed, if not hundreds of thousands. I do not know the exact number. Yes, and these then wars lasted virtually to 2017 when Donald Trump had ended them. By that time, from the George Bush wars to Donald Trump ending it, that cost the American taxpayer $2.4 trillion. So here's a picture of $1 trillion. So this is what $100 notes stacked up would look like, and there's two of these and another virtually half. So that's what that one is. So that's the first butterfly effect. So if that little kid, imagine that one incident did not happen or was managed better, did not upset the Cubans, we did not have a front page story of a soldier with, you know, with a damn gun and SWAT team getting a little kid who's 5 years old, maybe, as I said, Al Gore would have won the election. 9/11 may still have happened, but the course of history would have been far different, and even that for the history of the United States of America. Again, the butterfly effect, and as I say, you do not know what, what's the word? What impact you have on others. You just do not know. And this is why, we should be better to society and try and be good and positive. And also that the left side of politics, they're so angry and violent. They claim to be on the right side and everything, but they conduct their ways with violence. So, they're no better. They think they are, but they're not. So anyhow, we'll continue on with this. And here's a picture of him now. This is a little kid, he's all growing up. So, you never know. I wonder if he ever thinks of that. But it's not his fault. He's got nothing to do with that. So, anyhow, next story. Butterfly effect number 2. This is my own creation one. I decided to do this. So here's a concert, right? And this concert is in Russia. This is the biggest concert ever. So this concert may not have happened as it has, or as it could if an event did not happen back 90 years ago. And on top of that not only this concert, but many thousands, there would have been probably 1,000 concerts less, and tens of thousands or millions of people going to this concert may never have happened. And I'll explain the butterfly effect from this point here. So we're going back in time. We're going to 1924, and this guy name could be In. I don't know how to spell it. I do know how to spell it, should I say. He was a tennis player. So how could a tennis player have an effect on something that happens 90 years later in concerts around the world, drawing, God only knows how many people. Okay, here's another guy. This is this guy's son. His name is, I should have wrote things down properly, but it could be, Torben. I was looking at the word son. I was saying, what is that word? I should write it a bit neater. This guy is Torben. So this is this guy's son, right? And so because this guy here, he had a son, and he sent his son, to America to also be a tennis player. This guy, he was only got about 96 in the world. His father was far better back in 1924 by statistics, but he had a son who wanted his son, and he moved to California, And this son here is Lars Ulrich of Metallica. So Metallica, his father said, Lars, you're going at the age of 16 to California to learn how to play tennis professionally, to get a good tennis coach or tennis academy. And learn how to play tennis. He said Lars probably got bored, who really knows what happened, and he puts an ad in the paper, to create a band, and that's where James Hetfield answered the ad, and lo and behold, we have the band Metallica today that, got millions of fans worldwide, concerts around the world. Who knows how many millions have attended Metallica concerts and listened to the music. But you go back to 1924, if that guy, Lars's grandfather, decided not to play tennis, then his son may not have played tennis, and then his son may not have got Lars to go and play tennis, and Metallica would not have happened. So I imagine that in an event in, is it Norway that he comes from? I think so. Back in the 1920s, an event, a person's decision to become a tennis player in the 1920s had a ripple-on effect in society to create the band Metallica. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope my production wasn't too bad. I hope to do better next time of my next chili eating stories. I've got other ideas, and this is how I'm going to be different to the others. Eat a chili and tell a story. So have a nice day.